Just a light touch as we start. We're really tuning in what's here, what's going on right now. What's your experience in your whole body, mind, body, thoughts, breath, rhythm of the breath, tension or relaxation in your muscles, sensations, sense perceptions. Those are the kind of mundane things that we can observe. And then there's our sense of the witnessing itself. Many times we're caught up in the experience and we're not. Often we have a direct experience where we're just noticing, we're just aware of or paying attention to the feeling of the air as it flows over the membranes in the nose, or how the belly softens as we finish the breathing out process. So, one thing about establishing this calm, smooth breath is that it becomes more noticeable if something changes. And right away we'll go, oh, is there something here I'm scared of? Did something startle me? Is there an energy or sensation in my body that's causing me to kind of hold my breath? What is it that's happening? So we get that curiosity, but we also get the early warning. There's something going on because the breath has changed. Notice your experience with your breath. Notice that it's happening in your body. The movement of your body is what's happening. There's airflow happening in and out of your nose into your lungs, driven by the diaphragm muscle. It has a certain rhythm and pace. Most often, when we pay attention to our breath, it becomes smoother and calmer, more continuous. And notice who it is that's observing. What's your sense of that one who breathes and who pays attention and who had experiences 5 minutes ago and 20 years ago that keeps track of the historical timeline of life, memories, experiences. So that's not quite as present moment or material as noticing the temperature on your skin. Or if you walk outside into the sunshine, noticing the warmth of the sun on your face. Yet we all have that sense of who we are as a person with history. And our history appears in our body as well as in our breath, in our thoughts. If we have a habit of clenching our teeth or bringing our shoulders up around our ears or holding our breath, that's not because of the way our system's made, and it's not because of something going on right now. It's because of our history, this history that creates patterns and habits, momentum. And sometimes it's helpful to step back and be aware of the larger movements, the way our memories work, the way our body and nervous system works. If that's happening to someone who feels like, yeah, that's me, those happen to me. And right now, what's happening in my body is this breath, this awareness, just on a very practical level without taking ownership of it exactly. We just notice that these all happen and are happening in this body, in this person, in this brain that has the memories. We have a sense of historical time and the present moment and the future. And if you're to imagine that you're on a holiday in 6 months from now and you're going to be somewhere that you've always wanted to be, and you're going to be relaxed and no pressures, take a moment to imagine that in your body. What's it going to be like? Do you have an image? Maybe it's something you have planned, or maybe it's something you'd love to do, but you don't think you'll be doing too soon. But just in your own mind right now, what's your experience with that as you bring that to life using your sight and sound and textures, tactile, smells? Notice your body might soften a bit, your breath might become a little deeper, more ease in your breath. We could do the same thing looking back, remembering times when we felt really relaxed. Our body has been at ease. A lot of what we work with when we're resting is bringing our attention to this moment. So often our attention goes into the past or the future. That's just the way that that part of the brain works. And then we train ourselves to really settle in what's happening in this space that your body is occupying in this moment right now. If you were to bring your attention to your forehead and eyebrows, you feel that softening in this moment. That any tightness or kind of that frowning that happens through our eyebrows is a habit that's built over time. And then, right in this moment, we soften. We might move our eyebrows up and then let them settle. But we could just bring our attention to the forehead, the eyebrows, corners of your eyes, eyelids. And a lot of these tiny muscles in the face are for expression, so that we can interact with people in the world. Humans were evolved to cooperate with each other and to recognize danger, to recognize cooperation. And so when we are always kind of tight through that area, it's a bit harder for us to express ourselves through the face. When we're soft and relaxed, we have more mobility, just like any other muscle. And notice your jaw, hinges of your jaw, your tongue. Let your tongue rest on the floor of the mouth. Let your vocal cords be completely at rest. Sometimes we sub vocalize thought. So if that's the case, let that be at rest. Relax the hinges of your jaw. Habits of clenching our teeth are from stress. Very, very common. But it's not really how our jaw is made to work. It's a common response, but it's not a healthy response when we're tight through the teeth, and the jaw creates a lot of problems in our body. And it also creates that kind of look on our face, that tightness. We can tell by looking in the mirror and by looking at someone. Often we'll say something like, well, they're tightly wound or they look stressed. And a lot of that is through the expression on our face and through that tightness in the jaw, the neck and shoulders. And when we're doing a resting practice, we're not communicating with anyone, so we could let all of those muscles soften. So every time you breathe out, let it soften a bit more. And when we tune into an area in the body, often we become aware of a sensation that might have been there all along, but we didn't notice. In the throat, it could be a like a pulsing or something in the throat center. Maybe you weren't aware of a bit of a headache or some other sensation in your face, your throat. It can be kind of interesting to just notice how much more relaxation we can get out of the face as we continue to breathe out. So, as we're breathing out, we notice that it softens, and then we maintain that awareness on the in breath. And then as we breathe out again, it softens some more. And it gets pretty subtle. But when we pay attention to the forehead and eyebrows, to our face, our jaw, over maybe 2 or 3 minutes, even, we can notice that it gets softer and softer. It's like the air slowly being let out of a balloon. The muscles come back to their natural state of softness. And then, without losing awareness of the face and the jaw, the throat, include now the sides of your neck and shoulders, from your ears, those muscles along the front, side, and back of the neck. Notice your shoulders, let them settle, either let them just slip away from the ears or settle back if you're supported through the back of your body. And let all of the muscles of your upper back soften. This again is one of the common areas where people hold history. Our bodies hold the history of our life. And a lot of it is through contraction, tightness, some kind of signal from our body that all is not well. And we could just soften. That's all we really need to do. Sometimes thoughts come into the mind, and we might want to notice that too, see what information that they're trying to let us know. And other times, especially during a resting practice, we could just really focus on allowing that softening to happen as we breathe out, all through the neck and the back, between the shoulder blades, all along the back of the rib cage. A little bit of awareness to catch any tightening that might be happening in the face or the jaw. We don't really need to do anything. We're just tuning in, allowing that softening on the exhale, using this focus to keep our mind in the present moment. But because our body holds our history, it's natural for thoughts to come and go. And for now, we're just softening through the back, the neck, the shoulders, the muscles of the upper back, and between the shoulder blades, and also along the face, the chin, the throat, down through the muscles that cover the rib cage on the front, into the stomach area, just below the lower ribs, navel center, lower belly. Anchor your attention to the rhythm and the movement of your breath. And we notice that we're witnessing our experience in the moment. Part of what we're witnessing is what our body feels like right now, rhythm of our breath. And part of what we're noticing is the history that's held in our body. We notice the felt sense of the experience of being me. There's a wonderful complexity to being human, a richness. Notice your whole entire body, head to toes, the front of your body, your face, shoulders and arms, through your chest and belly, down through your legs. and the whole back of your body to your head and neck and shoulders, arms and hands, to the upper, mid, and lower back, down through your legs. Notice what's happening in that space right now. And then see if you could maintain that awareness as you open your eyes. That awareness of what's happening in the space our body is occupying and what's happening in the mind, sensations of the breath.